New South Wales Police may extend this 2-week ban. At what point does it begin to have a negative effect on things like free speech?
Well, I think at the end of the day, we're very fortunate in this country that people can protest about different things. But as I was saying, when there's a protest, it's about a certain matter or it's a certain issue that's important in our communities. But when it's a protest every couple of days or one that's held every weekend, and that's what we've seen in Sydney at Hyde Park. Hyde Park has been shut down for the last 2.5 years because of a protest taking place. Now, that actually sees police resources being diverted into manage that particular protest. We've got traffic control, emergency services that are all dealing with that protest that continually takes place each and every year. There has to be a point in time where the taxpayers don't continually foot the bill. These organisers of these protests actually have to start paying for it, because at the end of the day, it's sending a message out there to anyone across the country. If you're not happy about something, then go and hold a protest. You'll have the ability to shut down the Sydney Harbour Bridge or go to the steps of the Opera House. And at the end of the day, the taxpayers of New South Wales will foot the bill. And clearly New South Wales Labor and the federal Labor government have been asleep at the wheel. They've done nothing about this. And what we've seen here in New South Wales is, laws that have changed that actually haven't dealt with the real issue. And the real issue is around anti-Semitism and radicalisation of individuals. And that is certainly the case that came out of Bondi.
Yeah, protest and gun reforms, they've moved through Parliament together. Speaking about laws changing, Nationals did not get their way on gun restrictions. What's been the reaction in your community since you've returned home to Bathurst?
Yeah, look, Ruben, I think in my community, I think in many regional communities, even in communities in Sydney, people are angry with what the Minns Labor government have put forward. What we actually have seen are gun law reforms that have now passed the Parliament of New South Wales. The New South Wales Nationals were very strong, saying that these reforms were not necessary. These reforms were an attack on law-abiding citizens here in New South Wales. We've got farmers, landholders, sporting shooters that use firearms for all different purposes. It might be controlling pests, it might be vermin control, it might even be using it for sporting organisations as well. And what we've actually seen with some of these law reforms is, by the stroke of a pen, the Minns Labor government has actually attacked law-abiding citizens. I make the point that at Bondi Beach, that terrorist attack that we saw had two individuals that should never have probably even got a gun licence in the first place. There are serious questions that have failed to be answered by the government. I mean, he was a person that actually took 3 years to get their firearms licence. Nobody takes 3 years to get a firearms licence. The longest it would take is up to 3 to 6 months at a maximum at all. So really, how does someone on someone living in the same house on the ASIO watch list have someone else in the house living there get a firearms licence? These are the questions that the Minns Labor government should have been looking at, instead of attacking law-abiding citizens across the state